The Set House, haunted by the many children that died there from epidemics of typhoid, diphtheria, and smallpox. And then there was the dismal tale of Henry Plummer. The three Montana boomtowns, Bannack, Virginia City, and Nevada City, are united in one of the Wild West's greatest outlaw stories and legends. It is the story of the Montana Vigilantes.
Montana
Vigilantes, ordinary citizens who took the law into their own hands during the Civil War. The story revolves around Bannack's sheriff, Henry Plummer, and his men. As the Vigilantes began rounding up Plummer's posse, Kathy Weezer tells the infamous story that began nearly 150 years ago with robberies and deaths along the stagecoach route between Bannack and Virginia City.
In 1863, more than 100 men were murdered. That's how bad the lawlessness in the area had become. There were all kinds of rumors about who were the road agents. This was obviously a gang. This was obviously a very organized gang. And somebody who seemed to know what was going on, when the shipments were taking place, when they were leaving, what was going to be in those shipments, because voila, it was always the big ones that seemed to be targeted. Rumors started to circulate. Perhaps those in the know, maybe law enforcement itself, might be behind this. But nothing was done at that time. Henry Plummer was also made a United States deputy in August 1863, putting him even more in the know. Could he be behind this group, this gang, which were called the Innocents?
And I'm going to vote first. Watch over with me.
The people of Bannack and Virginia City had finally had enough. And they formed, in December of that year, what was called the Montana Vigilantes. The Montana Vigilantes would not only operate in Bannack and Virginia City, but would operate across the state for several years, taking care of justice in their own way, often brutally. In the next several weeks alone, 24 men were hanged by those vigilantes in just 2 weeks. One of the last of those 24 was a man by the name of Red Yeager, Erastus nickname Red Yeager.
Let me go with you. Put me in chains and let me go with you while you catch the rest of them and hang them. I'd like to see them all hanged for putting me in this position. Check the back of the door, Red. No, you got it down.
Like other men who are getting ready to face their deaths, he began to beg. He'd give up anything. He'd give up any kind of information. And he pointed the finger at who? None other than Sheriff Henry Plummer.
On June 10, 1864, Henry Plummer shared the fate of his posse at the gallows. Many believe there are such things as spirits that did not properly pass over. Some may have met a sudden, untimely death and remained trying to communicate with anyone that is sensitive to the paranormal. Others realize they are dead and are afraid to go towards the light.
Light it up. What is this? What did I press? Oh. Wait, why is this something different?
Monty Python's Family Guy.
What is this? press button again, you dumbass?
What is it?
What's up, man? Bono.
It's the season to give, and your Coachella Valley Ford dealer is
Coachella Valley
Drive home a brand
Ford
new Ford
dealer.
F-150.
Mr. Henry Ford. Not here.
They were the must-have tech treasures of their day that propelled us into modern life. They entertained and organized, granted access, captured memories, and got us from A to B in cutting-edge style. Until we traded them in for the latest and greatest.
Technology is moving very quickly.
But some are still worth a spin.
They still make records?
Just don't get too attached, because what's new will soon be old.
They still make CDs?
Now, Retro Tech on Modern Marvels. Not that long ago, these relics were parts that lived inside our favorite gadgets.
Right.
The ones we absolutely couldn't live without. The ones we reluctantly retired to attics and garages. These seemingly primitive products were once our connection to the world and to each other. And no matter what new innovations we embrace, we'll always recall the retro originals with nostalgic fondness. Remember that cumbersome cathode ray tube TV set and its annoying antenna? Since the 1940s, this icon was your ticket to a world of news and entertainment.
We didn't pay for anything. Advertising paid for everything. You didn't have a cable box. You didn't have wires connecting it. You didn't have a satellite dish.
To get that free TV signal, you either had an aerial roof antenna or a pair of rabbit ears sitting atop the set. The CRT TV owes its size and heft to the large tube and the lead-laden glass screen that protects the viewer from the harmful X-rays generated inside. In a CRT, the cathode is a heated filament. It sits in a vacuum inside a glass tube. The ray is a stream of electrons that pours off the cathode, becomes focused into a beam, and strikes the phosphor-coated back of the screen, making it glow. A magnet guides the beam as it sweeps 525 horizontal lines across the screen. Odd-numbered lines first, then the even, which makes up a video frame. This happens 30 times every second to create the picture.
This is a standard version of a CRT TV. It's a semi-fishbowl on the front of the screen, so it is a little bit more reflective as far as light goes. It's a little bit bigger on the back. It's a little bit heavier, and it's going to take up a little bit more space on your counter or shelf.
Did he say a little heavier?
TVs back then, I would say at least
They were
150
heavy
to
as hell.
200 pounds to lift.
Look at that
Stepping
workout.
for you. Now,
Just a
an
pair
old
of
lady can lift one of the
TVs.
flat screen TVs, 40 or 42 inch screens, weigh about 35, 40 pounds.
He's carrying those TVs.
The original television signal was analog, and it looked decent enough. Because frankly, we didn't know any better.
Right?
Today, that analog signal isn't just obsolete. It's actually on the extinct list, thanks to the digital revolution powered by the binary code of ones and zeros.
An analog signal is a wave. Think of it as a up and down wave that's coming to you versus ones and zeros. The benefit of digital is we can continually increase how tight we pair
Was
zeros and ones to get increasing high fidelity. In other words, high definition television today will be considered in 10 years low definition.
Digital TV broadcasts began in the late 1990s, and a decade later, analog's fate was sealed. These are the flat panel beauties that line the walls of today's electronics stores.
We have plasma screen TVs, we have LCD screen TVs. They're all high definition, and of course, we're showing a beautiful high definition picture on these.
LCD and plasma technologies rely on small, streamlined components to deliver that
What's
superior
what's
picture
up? How are you guys
quality,
doing
allowing the
today?
boob tube to go tubeless.
I
And they don't produce X
wow, what am I
radiation,
doing?
so no need for the heavy-duty glass. But you don't have to part with
How is your
televisions and
New Year
CRTs
going?
just yet.
The converter boxes have come out to actually boost the signal of the rabbit ears.
Oh,
The
hello,
CRT
hello.
TVs can be hooked up to
Sorry
cable
about
or
that.
satellite.
The digital revolution triggered the decline of
Oh
many
yeah, sorry about
technologies,
that.
most notably the vinyl LP. From the 50s to
Oh
the
yeah, I'm
70s,
actually watching
perhaps no
TV. I'm
single
sorry
possession was
about
more
that.
treasured by American teenagers than their collection of vinyl
Okay.
records.
Meeting
Records on
people.
turntables and in
Hi,
jukeboxes provided the soundtrack to our most
hello,
cherished memories.
Brendan. Yeah, I'm actually watching TV.
Perhaps you
Actually,
or your parents fell in love with the music being played
I
on
just
one of these.
I have my
First 8-track
oh sorry,
discs,
laptop
and
on
then
my.
cassettes challenged vinyl's reign. But it was
Thank
this
you.
digitally encoded piece of plastic that
My
ultimately
laptop
toppled
on
the
my
Rockers regime.
dresser because it's at
By
a
the
distance.
mid-80s, the recording industry virtually stopped
I
producing
will
on
actually
vinyl.
might put it closer. Just give me a second.
The course of history teaches us anything is that what goes around
Comes
often
around.
comes around. Since the turn of the 20th century, audiophiles have been grooving to the rich sounds of needle on record.
Can you just relax? Nice. Yeah. How was your day so far? You having a good day?
It's been pressing vinyl discs since 1955.
At the time, we were probably making around 8,000 pieces a day. In the 60s, we got much larger, and we were in the neighborhood of 30 to 40,000 records a day. Our heyday was in '77 when Elvis died. Within 3 days, Elvis was dead. We were making 60,000 records a day, 7 days a week.
Kind of enjoy. Kind of enjoying my time off. I have like a 4-day weekend because of New Year's.
But thanks to loyal listeners and avid
Yeah.
collectors, records never completely went extinct. Today, something interesting is happening.
True.
We are presently
Oh yeah.
close to 25,000 a day,
It's pretty cool, I
6
guess.
days a week. There's definitely a resurgence in vinyl.
Pretty cool.
Creating a vinyl
Thank
record has
you.
always been part
Nice.
science, part mechanics, part craft. The modern method has its share of high-tech tweaks, but the basics have endured. In the studio, music is recorded as sound waves onto magnetic tape or
Let's
digital.
go. You do cool
Those
stuff.
sound patterns are fed into a computer-controlled
What kind? Love
where a
art.
heated sapphire tip
I like art. Yeah.
surface of a lacquer-covered
I'm not a very
aluminum
good artist myself, but I do like admiring like others'
base.
art.
Mechanical translation of the
like-
frequency and amplitude
It's like
of sound
natural
waves.
talent right there.
Low bass tones produce a wide group, while higher frequencies are narrow. Next, the lacquer is sent to rainbow for duplication.
We're going to spray it with silver, then we're going to hang it into a tank and build a nickel surface on it.
The silver coating
Do you
makes the surface
have,
conductive to
TikTok?
electricity, allowing the current to pass through.
If you don't mind me
And
asking.
adhere to it through electroplating.
Then we're going to separate the two pieces.
Sorry for your
You have
loss.
a positive and now you have a negative.
I know what it's like
The
losing
side
someone.
negatives, called the master, are placed back in the electroplating.
It'll slowly get
The
better.
green positives, called the mother.
Cause good back in 2016. My mom passed away. Yeah, it's already almost 6 years. This May 7th of this year will be 6 years having to go without her, you know? It takes a while, but but you never forget the memories that will always be there. Mm. Yeah, she is. My mom passed away. I was like already 24 at the time, almost 32. Next month, sure does. Yeah. Passing of a loved one always be the change of my not mind, but of life. But I don't know. Oh, happy early birthday! My birthday's next month on Valentine's Day. It's okay. She was a smart woman. She really was. She was always spoke her mind, no matter what it was. Yeah. Of all days I could be born on, it was Valentine's Day. It's like being born on Christmas. Definitely don't forget your birthday. Shoot. Hell nah. I never really knew my dad. Never met him. Never even seen a picture of him. I kinda, I guess. It's like every, I guess, in a way I used to because my mom's birthday is in December. December 20th. So like that time of month, that time, this time around like Thanksgiving and Christmas were always like really tough for me, you know. Especially because like my mom's birthday is on the December 20th, and every year on her birthday we would put up the Christmas tree. And it's always been something we always done, and always gave her birthday gifts on Christmas along with her Christmas gifts, you know. Yeah, it is. It really is. Sadly, it is. Yeah. My mom was always the strong minded, stubborn lady. She really was. world went there. Telling me. It's different. The world's a different place. Especially compared to 20 years ago, you know? It's like, it was crazy then, but like now it's just, the hell? Complete, like ridiculous, you know? It's like, it really is. Like, people are like more sensitive compared to then. Yeah. Hey, are you on TikTok? I'm Brandon. If you don't mind me asking you.
Cockroaches carry diseases. They're dirty. Whenever there's a sanitation issue, you will always find cockroaches.
Sure. I think every generation messed something up, you know? Not just one particular generation. You made one. What's your username for TikTok? Because do you mind if I follow you on TikTok?
Most species ingest a full blood meal in less than a minute and can consume up to twice their body weight in blood. That's about 14 10,000ths of an ounce. Mosquitoes have been a pervasive and persistent pest.
Okay.
In Florida, the Lee County Mosquito Control Board is cracking down on the white menace from the air.
I don't really use Facebook a whole lot these days. For me, it's technically wow, that's it. That's a whole new contradiction. Because TikTok is pretty much Facebook, anyways. Oh, I'm on TikTok, but that's technically Facebook too. So I'm just dumb. Totally forgot about that, really, but. Want to follow me on Instagram? Here is. Let's see here. I username for Instagram. Here is That is my username for Instagram. I just put it in the comments. You know that one guy _official. Just, if you want, you could put your username for IG in the comments. That I feel dumb now. Go. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna look you up. Okay. Oh, I just seen it. KIP91. Found you. Is this you? There you go. I actually followed you. There you go. I followed you on Instagram. Yeah, I saw it. Johnny Mac. Paint the door. What's wrong with the door? Sure, you got money for the paint? I ain't paying for no damn paint. God, man. If you say so. What's up, Johnny Mac? How are you? What are you up to, Johnny? What's up? Mm. Doing good, bro. That's good. How's your day been? If you don't mind me asking. Ooh.
Their offspring died. Public concern arose about where DDT might turn up next. Perhaps in the tissues of humans. In 1962, biologist Rachel Carson published a book titled Silent Spring. It exposed
Again.
the public hazards of DDT.
Get him doing good.
Rachel Carson's book
Video from Trump.
really mobilized those who knew more about pesticides and their toxicology and their effect on the environment. That
I'll
really
think about it, though.
mobilized that community.
I'll let you know.
It started a revolution, if you will.
Mm,
In 1973, health officials banned
Sure.
DDT in the United States. But with malaria and West Nile virus still active threats, authorities know that the battle against the mosquito is far from over.
Happy New Year's to Trump.
Remains
Hell yeah.
in Asia and Africa.
It's crazy. How like so many people assume that he's racist, but not really gonna put a whole lot of opinion to that one.
About 2,500 different species of mosquito have been identified worldwide. With about
For me, I
200 species found
don't really care too much for politics, you know.
will return on modern
Not a big fan of that.
For those who appreciate
Not really. Wasn't politics is not
adventure,
something I care too much about, you know.
It was a totally radical decade that realized the transition from the industrial age to the information age. An era
There's just a bunch of people that are greedy for power. That's how I see it.
A technological paradise dedicated to entertainment and ergonomics, courtesy of Silicon Valley. Hold on tight, because we're going back to that future. Now, 80s tech on Modern Marvels.
So, what was I gonna say? You guys got any? Then you see. Then you. What do you
It's a
mean?
decade that rocked our world in many ways.
And then you see.
A shuttle exploded, shocking America and grounding its space program. A pandemic was identified, stirring social controversy.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
A wall came down, ending the 40-year Cold War. And for the first time, the man of the year was a machine. It was the 1980s, and despite some tumultuous events, it's remembered as a time of optimism and prosperity.
Money seemed to be pouring out of the sky for a lot of people, and
Huh?
those who chose
Oh, nothing. Sorry about that.
quote-unquote badness that was going on
Just-
both in the United States and abroad. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Yuppies, happies, and valley girls created a new language and fashion, as well as the consumer culture that naturally followed.
The 80s really kind of came out of that whole concept from the 70s of let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It was a decade of attention deficit disorder. It was the amount of product that was out there, and people just kept buying and buying and buying.
At their core,
So,
these items had one thing in common. One very small
nice.
that was getting smaller all the time. The integrated circuit or microchip, or simply the chip.
Anything that human beings interacting with contain a microprocessor and could become, at least in a tiny way, intelligent. So in the 80s, that process first
I
became
will
possible and ubiquitous.
actually want to end this live stream.
Let's rewind, because we learned how to use. What exactly is a chip? A chip is a sliver of silicon, less than an inch square, onto which engineers etch microscopic transistors and connecting wires. The transistors act as switches that control the flow of currents in the wires. The silicon acts as a semiconductor, which allows the transistors to process the binary code of computers. On for 1, off for 0. The number of transistors on the chip determines...
Not really, but...
This is a microchip.
Hey, I'm gonna end the live stream right now, and I might go... might live stream later. Hold on, I'm just gonna live stream like a little bit later. So, see you guys later.